This is the month of the Divine Feminine. And the title for today is A Mother's Love. God couldn't be everywhere, so he created mothers. It's an old Jewish proverb. A mother's love is uncomparable, unconditional, and forever. There is no love greater than the love of a mother. A mother can kiss a boo-boo and make it all go away. Truly. I mean, if I ever skinned my knee or hurt myself, the tears would come and run to my mom. I've hurt myself. Oh, let me bandage it up and clean it, Neosporin and hydrogen peroxide. And then a kiss after the bandage. And I was like brand new. It was like I was better because my mom had given me a little loving, just that little all better. And I was all better. What is the power that mothers have to be able to do that? So I would like to ask, are there any mothers in the house? Could you stand, please? Could you stand? If you have been a mother, now biologically we'll say that, I want to thank you. I want to thank you because you have given yourself as no other creature in existence does. So let's hear it for the mothers. Stella? Okay, now, does anyone have a mother in the house? Please stand up. Please stand up. Let's celebrate all of our mothers with a standing ovation. Shouldn't we? Shouldn't we? I mean, if you're not standing, you should be. You have a mother. And if you don't have one, I will be your mother today, okay? You can call me Mother Steve. That's okay? Because haven't we all had to play the part as a mommy, dads, And they say that if you didn't have a mother or a father, that there was other energy that took its place because we all had the energy of someone to play that part. And sometimes we've played it for ourselves, haven't we? Haven't we learned how to mother ourselves? Haven't you learned how to bring yourself flowers, buy yourself chocolates, and eat the whole box? All right, no tattling out of school, okay. Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our beautiful tradition here, refers to the divine feminine principle as the universal womb of nature. Because as an omnipresent principle operating through all living things, it knows how to unconditionally nurture and grow to fruition whatever falls into its embrace. I saw, the story that Ann told in Southcombe about the bears, and they had a baby bear that had lost its mother. And you know that the longer they stay in captivity, the harder it is to reintroduce them to the wild. So they found that there was a bear mama who had a couple cubs, and they tranquilized the mother in her den long enough to slip this other baby bear in. Because the mother instinct is so powerful, it will automatically include it. It will automatically bring up that little baby bear as if it's its own. It will just go, wow, I went to sleep and I woke up and now there's three. Or, it probably didn't, the other cubs may have noticed, hey, back away. That's my mama, right? But the mother instinct is so powerful that it just includes whatever falls into its embrace. This is how powerful the love of the universe, the Christ consciousness that created each of us, loves us that much and more. It loves us so much that it gave us complete freedom. You get to pick your own favorite color. You actually chose your gender, and you chose what family you fell into, believe it or not. Mark my words, you're going, nah, how did you know that? What? Think about it. Think about your family. Where do you fit in? What role do you play in your family? Let's talk about family dynamics for a minute. If your family was, let's say, the cast of The Wizard of Oz, what role do you play? Are you the courageous lion? Are you the scarecrow? I like to think of myself as the wizard, but that's a whole different idea, right? But think about it. We all play certain archetypal roles in our family. And we feel like we've grown out of them. But you know what? Move back into your parents' house for a weekend and you become 12 again. All of a sudden, it's like, are you going to lose any of that weight? And when are you going to cut your hair? And I'm back, defending who I am, right, as a 12-year-old. It's interesting, though, the dynamics. And we are playing these roles for reasons. You may be playing a role you don't even know you're playing because energetically it's set up so people can have certain experiences. That's what the family dynamic is all about. Think about this. Children, metaphysically, are an outpicturing of where their parents are in consciousness at the time of conception. And beyond. True. So, let's say that you had a little rebel. Anybody have a little rebel? Anybody have a black sheep? Maybe you're the black sheep in the family. You're just playing a role that your parents wanted to but didn't get to. So metaphysically, they had you so you could play that role. You know what I'm saying? I mean, metaphysically, when we start looking at things a little differently, and that's what this teaching is all about, is to take you out of the role of your normal just experience of life and look at things differently. You are an awesome divine creator. You created your life, even though you may think your mom did it for you. There comes a time when you're handed back the reins. So, for this reason, I believe another term for the divine feminine could also be unconditional love. In other words, God is the divine feminine as unconditional love in our lives. And gentlemen, you have felt it too. There's no denying it. We don't get this far in life without knowing that we are part of something greater. Most all of us have heard and agree with the statement that unconditional love is the most powerful force in the universe because it aligns us directly with the highest vibration of the infinite. You, as a creation of the infinite, have within you, in your DNA, the power to create just as the creative energy has done as what you are. You create your life. You choose the vehicle you drive in. You choose your clothes and your favorite color. You love Star Trek or Star Wars or Family Matters or whatever your ministry is. Each one of us is a minister in our lives, if you know it or not. So what's your ministry as your family dynamic? Well, I'm here to be the equilibrium of my family. I'm a Libra. So, of course, and I'm the youngest. And my brother and sister say if I'd have been the first, I'd have been the last. But it's all in perspective, right? Well, it seems logical that women are inherently more powerful than men. Think about it. Why? Because as a rule of thumb, women are far more likely to be in touch with their divine feminine, which is where unconditional love exists, and as a universal principle. Now, note, I did not say women are stronger, more intelligent, or more important, but some are. There's no real divide there. There's the appearance of divide. I say women are simply more powerful. Why? Because I believe it's because women have a much easier time accessing their feeling nature, which is where authentic love resides. While this may fly in the face of many of my brothers out there, it is nonetheless seems to be true overall. Now, some of us gentlemen, especially if you're in this room, have contact with your feminine side. And it's not about being any less than, it's actually being more consciously aware and open to love. The good news is the divine feminine, being an omnipresent principle, means we men have equal access to it. The problem is we have not been willing to go there because it is generally buried a bit deeper in men than may require some revealing and balancing of our internal energy system that we can be flat out uncomfortable for the average male to go. And that's okay. That's why we're here as men. We're getting over it. We're getting over it. That's what Wilma would say. Get over it. Get over it. Like just get over it, like it was done in her mind. Why are you hanging on to it? I think most men believe that they access the divine feminine within, and it means becoming more vulnerable, or for many, I suppose, it could be that way, but irrespective of this discomfort, it is only in the light of that vulnerability that authentic love fully reveals itself. When anyone sees a need and they move in to fulfill it, being male or female, whatever it is not the case. It's, do you have the power to see where there's a human need? And can you meet that need? And you may be out in the world and see something going on and say, well, I don't want to get involved. That's not my business. But if it's before you and it's affecting you, it may be your business. You may be the energy to step in and say, stop, let's rethink this. Let's breathe some peace and love into this situation. And this world is calling for that peace and love more and more. I mean, if we truly believed that this plane of existence was going to devour itself, I think it would have done it a long time ago. Things might look a little dark and bleak, but these are just to remind us of how much light we are. It's a signal to go within and to pray more, to find your mother instinct, just like the infinite found and loves you as its own and protects you every day of your life. Yes, first and foremost, Mother's Day can be an opportunity to celebrate our earthly mothers, thanking and honoring them for the amazing job that they did bringing us into the physical world, using the very principle of the divine feminine to birth us, unconditional love, and nurture us for so many years, and then selflessly launch us into our own spiritual journey into the human experience. Bye. We're done. Call me in the next lifetime if you need me. Is it like that? Mothers? Oh no. Oh no. It's only 20 minutes until. Where did I put my wallet? Do you know a good insurance company? Or whatever it is. I mean, who do you call? Who do you call? You call your mom. Right? My mom would know how to deal with this. Right? Perhaps equally as important, Mother's Day can be a chance for each of us to consciously reconnect with the principle of the divine feminine within ourselves, which is where the true power of unconditional love resides. So let's go there for a second. What does it feel like to love unconditionally? To love so powerfully? My mom used to tell me, I don't like everything you do, but I will always love you. I will always love you, no matter what. And that stuck with me. Have I done wrong? Absolutely. I would be negating my truth if I didn't say I have definitely made some misguided choices. But as long as we re-choose and rethink and get back on track, we have hope. It's when we take a snapshot of the mess that we've created in our lives and say, that's all you'll ever be, that we get in trouble, because that's where we get stuck. So how strong is the power of a mother's love? A mother's love is the love that Spirit has for each of us, but even stronger. With miracles, what miracles have you seen happen between a mother and their child, between Spirit and its creation? There is within most mothers an unconditional, almost desperate love for their child that begins often before birth and never ends. This love is universal and transcends borders, cultures, continents, and lifetimes. Lifetimes. Like a fierce mama bear protecting her cubs, many mothers are willing to risk personal suffering, injury, or loss of life to keep their children safe. She's wiped your tears, healed you with a touch, scolded you, and loved you beyond limits. She has selflessly devoted her life to you and expected nothing in return. Mothers are real-life superheroes without capes. They are. Some of us own capes, yes. It doesn't matter how old you are, where you are, and what you're doing on your Mother's Day. It is sometimes spent worrying about whether their child has taken a lunch and wondering if you're okay. Do you need a blankie? Are you hungry? Is it time for food? You know, you mothers are going, I just never stop thinking that way. So here's just a couple stories that I got off the internet. And I told this one last year, but I'll shorten it a little. Angela Cavallo saved her son's life with her superhuman strength, supermom strength. Tony Cavallo from Georgia will remain indebted to his mother for a lot of reasons. It was a fine morning in April 1982 when Tony was busy fixing his car in the driveway. You can see what's happening. Suddenly the jack collapsed and Tony was pinned under the car, unconscious. As soon as Angela noticed this, she rescued him with superhuman energy. The woman held the car off her son until help arrived, thus saving his life. She went out and just held the car up a couple inches off his chest, and the neighbors saw what was going on, and they came and got a jack. I mean, It's what you do. You see somebody in distress, you just go pick up the car, and and she says that it's adrenaline. Well, I don't care how much adrenaline you've got. Picking up a car just a couple inches, it's a big feat. I think it's the power of love that picks up the car, right? A mother saved her daughter from a shark attack in Florida. A woman in Florida rescued her daughter from the jaws of a shark that carried her away while she was surfing. There's no way this is going to kill my daughter, this brave mother thought before taking the shark's head on and yanking her daughter away. We do crazy stuff, but we don't even think about it. We do what needs to be done in the moment, don't we? I mean, as a mother's love, you don't go, oh, I might break a nail, or oh, I might cut myself. I don't care. I will get cut. But my child will live, and live to surf another day. So in conclusion, I want to leave you with some poems for Mother's Day. My mom is my shepherd, I shall not want. She makes me lie down under cool, downy comforts. She watches me play beside still waters, and she restores my soul. She leads me in paths of respect, responsibility, goodness, for I am her namesake. Yea, even though I walk past monsters in the dark, I will not be scared, because my mom is always near me. Her hands and her voice, they comfort me. Mama sets the table and cheerfully calls me to dinner, even in front of big, mean bullies. She anoints my skin, knees, and broken hearts with kisses. She smiles and throws me a towel when my cup runneth over. Surely God's peace, power, and mercy shall uphold me all the days of my life, for my mother taught me to dwell in the house of God forever. We all have the potential for unconditional love. We are love made manifest, but it's only ours when we act the part. So, what would love do in this situation? That's the question. And the answer is always yes. Love is the answer. So it is. Thank you. A soft focus on the beautiful candles or flowers. Let's go within and remember who we are. I know that the Christ consciousness that is part of each one of our DNA is active, working in ways that we may not even know in our lives, that allow us to express, to love deeper, to express in ways that we may not even understand. But I name it as good and very good. So I'm grateful for this Mother's Day, for my mother, and for each of our mothers in our lives, and for the mother power that we are, the divine feminine that is that caring, loving place in our heart that heals, reveals the truth, and allows us to express fully orbed. So I let go. With great thanksgiving, I let go, releasing this word directly into that living, loving law of mind, where it is returned in a way that makes sense, is healed and identifiable. And for this, we are so well blessed as we give great thanks, letting it go, and say, and so it is. Amen.